Good morning, students. Welcome back into the another session of CS16 Content Management System using WordPress. Lastly, we have completed with unit number 3 as per the prescribed syllabus of Saurashtra University, that is plugin, theme and widgets. Now, we are going to start with new unit, that is unit number 4. Title given to this particular unit is theme development. As you can see onto the screen, there is a detailed syllabus of this particular unit. Let's go through first with the topic which we includes in this particular unit. These are anatomy of the theme, that is header.php, footer.php, sidebar.php. Then we'll discuss about template files like style.css, index.php, page.php, home.php, archive.php, single.php. Then we go for some other files also like comments.php, search, attachment, 404, category, tag, author, and date PHP. These are the topic that we will cover for standard themes, which is downloaded by WordPress itself from its store. I will tell you in detail how can we go ahead for this particular section. Now once this selected section gets over, we'll go for the looping control structure in WordPress by have_post and the_post. Then we go for template tags, general tag, wp_head, get_footer, get_header, get_sidebar, get_search form, blog info, wp_title, single_post title, wp footer, comments_template, add_theme_support, get_template_directory URI, body class. This is a bunch of general tag that we are going to discuss. Once the general tag gets completed, we'll go for bunch number 2, that is author tag. All these tags are related with author. I'm just taking the names: the_author, get_the_author, the_author link, get_the_author link, the_author meta, and the last one is the_author post. After the successful completion of bunch number 2, we'll go for bunch number 3. All these are related with the categories, that is category_description, single_category_title, the_category. Bunch number 4 is link tag, the_link, get_permalink, home_URL, get_home_URL, site_URL, get_site_URL. Then we'll go for post tag, contains the_content, the_expert, the_id, the_text, the_title, get_the_title, the date, get the date, the_time, next_post_link, previous_post_link, post_navigation_link, post_class. Then we'll go for post thumbnail tag, has_post_thumbnail, get_post_thumbnail_id, the_post_thumbnail, get underscore the underscore post underscore thumbnail. 7. Navigation menu, that is WP underscore navigation underscore menu. 8. Conditional tag, is underscore archive, is underscore category, is underscore front underscore page, is underscore home, is underscore page, is underscore single, is underscore search, is underscore attachment, and last is underscore active underscore sidebar, and the last one is functions.php. So all these topics we are going to cover in unit number 4. I know this unit is little bit longer than all other units that we have into the syllabus, but this part is very important for university examination. So listen every lectures very carefully, which helps you to generate more marks in your university examination. So now let's start with the first topic, that is anatomy of the theme. Now, before starting the detailed discussions about anatomy of the themes, the word called anatomy should be cleared by all of us. What is anatomy? Anatomy means, actually it's a medical based word where it means the internal of body, that is called as anatomy. Whenever the human body is bisected by the doctors and search for the internals of the human body, that is called as anatomy. So same like that, here the theme is a body which we have to analyze each and every part. That's why the name is given called anatomy of the themes. Now, as we can see that into the anatomy of the themes, there is a header.php and footer.php with sidebar.php. What does it means? Actually, these are the three files which comes pre-built by any of the themes. That means, say for example, right now in my WordPress, let me logged into the WordPress. Once you get logged in into the WordPress, just visit appearance and theme, and look at to the theme which is activated, that is 2060 right now activated by the WordPress administrator. So what I will do now is I will open my computer, just go into the C drive, XAMPP, htdocs, then WordPress, then WP contents. Inside the WP contents there is a subfolder called themes. In that themes you will find 2017 folder which is activated yet. Just open that particular folder 2017. Over there you will get so many folders as well as the files. Now just look at to all these PHP extended files, extension files. In that try to find out the first file called header.php. So we can see that, let me close other window so it will be good for all of us. Header.php, I will search header.php, it's there, header.php. This is related to this particular topic for 2016. I am just taking 2017 as an example. You can take any theme as an example. This is already pre-installed in my system, that's why I am taking that example. You can search for any other theme also. Then there is a footer.php, just go for the footer.php, it's that footer.php. Then sidebar.php, go for sidebar.php, it's there, sidebar.php. So all these three files are there in this theme, so it would be good for all of us, that is header, footer and sidebar. One by one I will open the file. That means it will justify the anatomy of all these three files. I am showing you what is inside that particular file, which is professionally designed by the WordPress developers, right? So header.php is opened right now onto the screen. As you can see that it's a one dynamic file which contains some HTML tags as well as followed by the maximum PHP tags. It's this type of file. First of all, as the PHP gets started, there is a one commented section which shows the name of theme in which it is applied, then the version of theme in which it is applied. So this is the commented part. We will not focus more on this. Then once this PHP tag gets open over here, HTML static page goes over here, that is HTML language attribute class node.js, node.svg. These are the class file which calls from the folder subfolders of the program like assessed and JS. From this class file gets called. Right now we will not focus more on these two also, because this theme is already designed by the professionals of WordPress development. So this language attribute, actually this is the function not mentioned in any of the corner of our website, our syllabus, but still we'll have an idea about language underscore attribute. What does it means? WordPress, as you know, that it's a multilingual content management system. That means in a single website you can display your contents in different languages also. If you have an experience about browsing the several websites, sometimes you face a one type of facility on your screen that your website can be displayed in Hindi, it can be displayed in Gujarati, it can be displayed in English, it can be displayed in any language. So if this facility is applicable to the website that you are visiting, that is called as multilingual website. So WordPress is also a multilingual website. That's why this particular function is written over here. Then there is a head and meta character set with blog info, which displays at the time of output for which purpose this particular website is created. This is just another WordPress. It's our short title tagline, which we can modify using the customization option also. Say for example, let me go into the customize your website. Then site identity, and then just change the tagline. This is test and publish. Now once I refresh the page, this will change to this is test. Let it be, get loaded properly. This is test. Now this message is displayed once I have changed this site identity over here. This is because of blog info is dynamic, right? This is title, will give you the function of the same later on. Then there is a WP head. Now what does it means, WP head? Let me put it into the comments. Let me save this particular file, and I am refreshing this page. WP head. what happens? The entire heading get disturbed, right? I'm just enabling it. Just have a snap of this particular thing in your mind. I'm just enabling a single line, WP head. Save, refresh. See, this change, this type of change is done by WP underscore head. What is the function of WP underscore head? The function of WP underscore head is very simple. This is a WordPress function, because in this function you can see that whenever this function gets started, it is followed by the prefix called WP. Now what is WP? That is WordPress, obviously. Now functionality of WP is there. WP had action hooks. First of all, it is a hook. This word is new for all of us in our subject for unit number 4, that is called as hook. Hook means what? In the general sense, whenever you hook something at your home, there is a cloth hook, there is a dishwasher hook, there is a knife hook, there is a keychain hook. Same like that, WP underscore head is a one type of hook which is triggered with head section. Just remember this thing, it should be written into the head section. This is the head section, and in between that we have written WP underscore head. It's clear? Should be written in WP underscore, it should be written in head section. Of themes header.php, template by WP head function. All through this theme depends, it is one of the most essential theme hook, so it is widely supported. WordPress, this particular hook returns the head section of entire website. Here I am unable to show you the description. Let me search like this, and let's go in this. Same thing is it's coming from wordpress.org, but very short description is there. Anyways, forget it. Let me tell you the description of this WP underscore head. WP underscore head is an interactive WordPress function which returns the head of entire website onto the screen. It should be written in between head and slash head, and it must be written into the header.php of the entire WordPress website. This is the theoretical description of WP underscore head. Now, in header.php, the next line of code is body, that is the main executable path which calls the body underscore class. WP underscore body opens the entire body of the class. There is a one divisional tag. Then there is a get underscore template underscore part which calls some images. Images means this image. Let me put it into the comments. Let's save the program and let's refresh the page. See, that image removes from the entire WordPress website from the header. I'm roll baking the changes, saving the program and refreshing the page. It will display an header image onto the screen, right? So this is the functionality of this particular line of code. Now same like this functionality, there is another functionality for the navigation bar. What happens into the navigation bar? Navigation bars are the bar which displays over here. These are the navigations bar. Even this is called as also navigation. Let me put it into the comment. Let's refresh the code. It returns and if okay, here I have to comment this section. Fine. So header section becomes inactive. So this is the functionality of as underscore navigation underscore top, which displays the navigation bar in WordPress. And this is related with some footer images. This was all about header.php. Same like this is not going to be asked into the examination, so don't worry about this. It's you just remember that if someone asks you that can you tell me the anatomy of theme, then you have to give the answer that anatomy of the theme mainly consists of three files, that is header.php, footer.php and sidebar.php. I hope it is clear. Now generally it maintains, this header.php maintains the header of entire website. This is the header of website. Now whatever written into the footer, that is proudly powered by WordPress, it's a footer. So for that I am just opening footer.php, a very short and simple file, contains many functions. I am not going into the detail of all these functions yet because it's useless, even it creates lots of confusion for all of us. Now in this footer part, there is a function called wp underscore footer which directly calls the footer. I am just putting it into the comment, saving the code and refreshing the program, refreshing the page. .php. Let me go inside the index.php once. Index footer. Let me put it into the comment. Save, refresh. See, the footer will be removed from this entire index page, right? I'm just enabling it, saving it, refreshing it. It displays footer at the end, but this footer at the end contains all these details, that is theme location, menu class, depth, link before and after, images, information, etc., widgets. All these things are configured in this particular part, which will be displayed into the footer.php section of the website. Now same like that, there is a sidebar.php. Just open this sidebar.php. Sidebar.php is open. There is only one single sidebar is there. that sidebar is displayed on dynamically onto the web page that we are displaying. This is the sidebar. What I am doing is I am just keeping this thing into the comment and saving the program, refreshing the page, should remove this part. Error. I'm doing wrong. Don't change over here, just go into the index.php and search for sidebar, get underscore sidebar, and put it into the comment into the index.php, and then just refresh the page. Open it, what it displays. Let me check for widgets. I think I have applied the widgets, that's why it's not displaying. Let's go into the widgets, appearance, then widgets. Is there any active widgets? No. Blog sidebar, blog sidebar, dynamic sidebar. Close this header and footer, it's not important now. TMOG. Save, fresh. Leave it yet, no problem. Let me check about the same. I will revert back you soon about this issue. We'll go ahead. Same like that, there are template files. Now just look at to the template file. There are files available like style.css, index.php, page.php. We'll not discuss more about this style.css yet. We'll go for index.php and page.php. This is the index.php and this is the page.php. Just open these two files in Macromedia Dreamweaver and try to have a look about all these sections which contains the detailed discussion. So this is index and side page.php. Then home.php, that is similar to this one, but it might be separately created over here. Then archive.php, it's archive.php, single.php, this is single. Then comment.php, it's a comment.php. Then search.php, it's a search.php. Attachment.php, it's not there in this particular theme, leave it. Then 404, it's common for all the themes, it should be there, 404. Then category.php, it's not there because we are not maintaining any categories. For this we need to download another theme. Then tag.php, even it should not be there, tag. No, author will not be there. And next is date, even it should not be there. Now what we will do is, let me close all the tags. Let's go back over the dashboard. Get logged into the WordPress. Go into the appearance and theme. Search for some theme like education. Education contains some category, that's why I'm telling you. Just go in add new and then go for search education. College. Okay, let me install this Edu College theme. Let me show you the preview also, but let it be. It's taking higher than the expected time because internet connection is slow today. Well, no issue. Just go back, open wordpress.org, go into the themes. Let me check. Thing is pictures. Net is very slow today, that's why this problem gets. Let me check into the pen drive also. Close it. It's the thing. Let's extract over here. Let's go in this is the category. No issue, leave it. Today's session will terminate over here because internet is not supporting yet. We will continue our discussion in next lecture. Yet we have just have a small idea about that. Anatomy of the theme contains header.php, footer.php, and a sidebar.php with some supported file like given over here. In next lecture we'll go in detail with all these topics and even will revise all these topics again. Thank you very much students for listening me and have a nice day.